Jeff, where did you go? In your experimental rock band, out there in the distant past, you had songs about being stuck in bad conversations and parking in strange places. It wasn't that they were odd places, it's just that you wouldn't expect anyone to be parked there. You had music that was catchy enough and weird enough in your hard-hitting trio of rock sound that was taking the Midwest by storm. You played shows with the bands I wanted to see, but rarely had the cash to make it all the way to Los Angeles, where a 15-year-old girl was waiting on an all-ages gig. As I was the only one, I couldn't blame you or your compatriots. You released albums, and somehow I got them all after a healthy amount of scrounging for free songs to download before the days of YouTube. It would take me an hour to get each song, and it was worth it when I heard what I got. It's not easy being happy, and we'll both be made fun of. What really stood out was the lyrics that I was hearing within the music when I finally got around to listening and looking them up. I spent entire nights reading the sloppily typed, disorganized mess of lyrics that were posted in one big block on your website, but reading was the best part of it. I'd never seen words so easily drowned out in songs, but you could read these words like poetry, parsed in meter and beauty. They all made sense at once. They told stories cleanly and plainly, but with no background. You saw the actors and you saw the actions, but it could have been anywhere at all. Born in a small place. The world was as large as I could get my legs to take me, so it stayed small. I read them aloud to my theater classes like monologues, swept away in the words and the way that they punched right through me, with dreams of playing music like that on a small stage at 10 p.m. in a tiny club, before I realized I was better with stories than bass strings, and before I realized that what set this band apart was not the music of it. She's making a sound like if she said what she wants to, it really creeped me out. She's kind of creeping me out. The stage wasn't even off the floor at the all-ages venue in Anaheim. A very nice gal sold me CDs, a shirt, and a sticker, even though the group themselves were elsewhere. The bar area was all candy and soda, kind of like an awkward grocery store, and I nearly bought the original flavor bubblegum because you had mentioned it in the blog the month before. The show ended, but I was shooting glances at the merch table, really wanting to say hello, but I was 17 and not alone for once, and I just stayed where I was, and I watched, and I left. So, I guess I'm off to find myself. Or at least someone who looks like me. Your band broke up around the same time that all the other bands did too, but I emailed you specifically, twice as I recall, to tell you how excited I was to see where you would go. Please keep creating, I said. I'm not sure if anyone saw it at all. I didn't get a reply either time, about a year apart. And then you just disappeared, Jeff. So I guess I'm finally off to find me, or finally fine to off me. Yes, there's a difference, just none to me. The site stayed up for a little while, and then it went away. But there were still archive sites that I could look up the lyrics, although most of them were saved on my computer already. But one day, they weren't there either. The owner had requested that their archives be taken down. Why would that happen? Your loaded words, carelessly fired off without thought. And what's wrong with that? Each bullet word, it hits someone. Jeff, I don't even know what you look like anymore. Your pictures all had sunglasses, and I closed my eyes during your show. I couldn't identify you on the street if I passed. I don't even know where in the world you're living, or even if you're still alive. The last news I saw about you was from 10 years ago. For years, I tried to gain your favor, but it all was lost on you. I don't know a thing about you, so I don't pretend I do. I've searched your name 100 times looking for new band listings, or solo albums, or books for sale on Amazon, anything at all. You just disappeared. Nobody even seems to know you anymore. Nobody speaks to the things that you're doing, but how can that be? Even if you had died, there would be something. Someone who cared. But you've gone back and deleted the things that we knew about you, and you faded away. In this world of reconnection and bravery, you're a ghost. Your heavy words are nothing to the sincerity in this reply, and you will know, and you will hurt, and you'll know why. Who were you, anyway? The man in the band sitting close and sweetly by the girl at the table? Or the guy in the photo booth with the sunglasses on? Or the singer that changed his identity to tell the stories about the world? I wish I could be half of what you are, or see whatever it is you're doing now. I know there are words in you. Where did they go? Do you put them on paper? Do you whistle them out under your breath when nobody's listening? Because I would listen. And the look on your face screamed, I was made for you. I've been here for you all this time. If you published your journal, I would buy 5. If you wrote lyrics on a napkin, I'd save the picture. But I can't stand that you might be out there and not creating, when after 10 years I found nobody who can do it like you do. I heard a white lie. There'll be better times than these. Lead shoes and high-tide? There is no better time. Maybe this new social environment wouldn't suit you, but I don't believe it. Even your friends are back on tour somewhere, and their fans are older, but they're still there to see them. We're still thinking about you, Jeff. We're still wondering. Maybe you've forgotten how great you really are. But somewhere in me, there's a 15-year-old who doubts she will ever be as great as the people whose songs she listens to. I tried my best, then I tried harder, and that's when things got their worst yet. I know some things I'll try to remember, and I know some things I'll forget. My name is Nika, and I write stuff, and sometimes it's about stuff that I remember. Thank you for listening. Support your artists, because they might not know that you're supporting them, and you might miss them one day. Thank you.